Hi, Nicole Moore here with another Flirty Friday video. If you're new to my channel, every Friday I put out a Flirty Friday video where I share with you the most amazing love and relationship tips to have an epic love life. You can subscribe below to make sure you never miss a video. Today, we're talking about divorced men, or really any men that are afraid, newly on the dating scene after leaving a relationship. So I hear from women all the time that say, Nicole, I'm dating this guy, he's divorced, or he's afraid, or he just got out of a relationship. How do I make him choose me? So with these kind of men, typically what women experience is they are still shopping the market. They are afraid to commit to one woman again. But how do you make them commit to you? So I'm going to share the 3 H's to make a divorced man or someone who is hesitant or wanting to still shop around. How do you make him stop and pick you? You got to make him an offer that's too good to refuse. So here's how you do that. But first, a story. So my man, Mike, he was divorced. So he was in a marriage for 8 years that he describes as not so great, also sexless a lot of the time. So he got out of that marriage and he took a year off to heal himself. He went to therapy. He connected with himself. Then he went back on the market thinking, I'll just see what happens. I'm going to date around. I'm going to get some experiences. Well, I'm going to try this thing called Tinder. Well, I was his first Tinder date. Okay, so can you imagine? He's new to the market thinking he's going to have all these amazing experiences, and then he meets me. Well, Mike committed to me right away. On the 3rd date, he asked me to be exclusive. So I got a divorced man who had some stuff, some fear, to commit right away. How did I do that? I asked him, actually. And what he said to me was, Nicole, you showed me the head. You got me, actually. He said, you got me on the head, the heart, and the crotch. I love alliteration, so I've changed it to head, heart, and heart on. This is how you get that guy to commit. You show him that you are valuable on these 3 areas. I'm going to share them with you now. So what he said was, the heart on piece, which is your sexuality. He said, you came to the date and I could feel this seductive energy. I was flirting with him. I wore a dress that had, a cutout, but then I also wore leggings under it to kind of make it sexy, classy, right? But it wasn't just about the outfit. I wasn't afraid to bring my sexuality forward. I wasn't afraid to flirt. So I was touching him on the date. I sat next to him. I was really looking at him in the eyes. I was bringing that energy forward. Now, here's the deal. A lot of women are afraid that if they bring their sexual, seductive energy forward, men are going to just want them for sex. Now, if you only bring that energy forward, yes, you can pull that from men, meaning just wanting them just wanting you for sex. If you only have one H, if you bring the 2 other H's, they're going to see you as a woman of depth and value, and they're going to want you for more. So I brought the flirty energy. But what he said was, you also got me in my head and in my heart. So how I got him in the head piece, I showed him the powerful side of me. I showed him, I'm this badass businesswoman. I showed him my intelligence. I shared with him my thoughts. Now, some women only lead with this piece. They only lead with the head piece. These are the women that say, men are intimidated by me, right? I'm just too powerful for men. It's not. It's that you're only leading with the head piece. Are you seeing a theme here? You have to bring all these pieces together in order for that man to see you as highly valuable as this whole amazing woman. So I brought the head piece. He saw how powerful and strong I am and how intelligent I am. Then I brought the heart piece. So he said, Nicole, you were really vulnerable with me, even on the first date. You shared with me your true essence. You shared with me who you truly are. He says, I don't remember this, but he says, you actually almost teared up at one point during our first date. Now, can you imagine being that open and that vulnerable that you're willing to let a man, even on the first date, see that real, raw, vulnerable emotion? Well, I did that. I think he asked me about, my career and why I do what I do or something like that. And I was telling him about how much my heart is in it. But he felt my heart. So right away on the first date, he's getting hit on all of these 3 levels. All of the boxes are being checked. And he said what he thought was, after the date, he thought, I can't believe I'm so lucky to meet such an amazing woman. And he went from thinking, I'll just go out there and date and see what happens, to, I've got to really lock this down. I've got to really commit to this woman. Now, here's the deal. Mike told me that he showed my picture to his dad, and his dad said, oh my God, she's beautiful, but don't bet on the first one out of the gate. So he even had people telling him, don't commit to the first person right after you're divorced. But he did it because what he saw in me was a woman that was so valuable that he couldn't say no. So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to take out a piece of pen and paper, and I want you to write down head, heart, heart on, okay? The head is your intelligence. That's your strength. That's your power. The heart is your vulnerability, your true essence. Who are you underneath it all? Who are you really in your heart? The heart-on piece is your sexuality, your flirtatiousness, your attractiveness, your beauty. Under each of those, I want you to write down, what do you have to offer? What do you want to bring forward? How could you make sure that on a date, you are bringing all three of these pieces forward, not one so heavily weighted that he only sees you as powerful and he's intimidated, or too much emotion, not shared in a centered way, but shared in a triggered little girl way, where he's like, maybe she's just crazy, or too much sexuality where he's just wants you for sex, right? This is what women experience typically. I hear, I'm too intimidating for men, or they just want me for sex, or men aren't, wanting to commit to me because they're not seeing me as, stable. That happens when you bring one of these pieces forward too much, usually because you're afraid to show the other pieces. So for example, women will show their seductiveness, but they're afraid to really share their true self, their vulnerability. Then they get men who just want them for sex. If you bring all three of these pieces, that high quality man is going to go, wow, she's incredible. I can't pass her up. I don't care if I'm scared. I choose her. When people see something truly, truly, truly valuable, they jump on it. It doesn't matter if they're scared. It doesn't matter what's happened before. Think about it, it's kind of like if there's a sale on shoes that you've been wanting for a year, you're like, this is so valuable. I can't pass this up. Purchase, click. That's your job. So as the woman, it's your job to make yourself appear so valuable that he chooses you. The man's job is to step up and choose. Your job is to clearly demonstrate your value. You do that. It doesn't matter if he's divorced or scared or just got out of a relationship or whatever. He's going to say, this is an offer too good to refuse. I can't pass this up. I hope this Flirty Friday video was helpful for you. Here's the deal. I want to connect with my Flirty Friday audience. I want to hear from you, connect with you. So I have opened up my calendar for the next week to speak to 10 women here from my Flirty Friday audience to help you show up as the woman who can 100% be so valuable that a high quality man commits. So here's the deal. I have 10 spots in my calendar to do 10 love alignment assessment calls with 10 women. What this is a 30-minute phone call with me for free. We get on the phone. I will assess you in the 3 areas you need to be aligned in to attract that high quality man and make him commit. I'll show you where you're blocked, where you're great, and then I'll give you some advice on how to be 100% aligned to bringing in a high quality man. Now, I only have 10 spots and there's thousands of women here. So here's the deal. You have to apply for a chance to speak with me on the phone. So go fill out the application. If we choose you, you will get an email from my assistant with a link to book directly into my calendar. This is just happening next week. This is just for 10 women. I want to connect with you. I want to help you. I am here to help truly high quality women attract in the high quality man. Yes, high quality men are rare, but when you show up as an offer too good to refuse, that high quality man is going to pick you. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a very flirty Friday.